Hey everyone, happy Monday if you're here live. If you are viewing this because someone has shared it with you, I want to welcome you. My name is Susan Sly, and I'm actually sitting outside of a hotel in Las Vegas. I'm doing a 2-day intensive leadership training. We started our day today. I was teaching yoga and NLP, and we had people crying and having massive breakthroughs. And my hair, it's kind of reminiscent of like how it looked in the 80s without the bangs. This is kind of what my hair looks like. Anyway, so I have a question for you. How many of you have some goals that you set for yourself? Either you want to finish the year on those goals, or in 2018 you want to achieve those goals. So if you have, just do either a heart emoji, just say yes in the chat box. I'd love to see that. And it's great to see you, Kim, for joining. I want to congratulate you for being here. Hey, Bruce, it's great to see you too. So if you've set some goals, just say yes. And so when we set goals, let's refer to them in this training as promises. So every goal we set is a promise to ourselves. So let's imagine for a moment that you set a goal that you wanted to release 30 pounds, and you make this promise to yourself: I'm releasing this 30 pounds. I'm going to be a better mom or a dad or a granddad or a grandma or a sister, brother, lover, or whatever it is. I'm going to be a better person when I do it, and you make a promise. Or let's say in business, you make a promise to make more money because you have a child with special needs that you want to send to the right school, or you make a promise because you want to buy your parents a home, or whatever it is. We do this all the time. We set goals and we make promises. So on the GoPro stage on the weekend, I was on the most powerful women's panel, and I started to talk about this concept about promises. And some of you came up to me, you're like, I watch your Facebook lives. And so yeah, this is what I look like when no one's done my hair and makeup. It looks like this. But I wanted to continue this dialogue and talk about the price of our promise. So if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. For every promise I make, there is a price. And that price is either emotional, spiritual, or it's physical. So if I make the promise to make more money, to be better as a parent, to do the things for my kids, there might be an emotional price that I have to pay for that. And the emotional price might be dealing with guilt. The emotional price might be that I deal with overwhelm. The emotional price might be I deal with criticism. There might be a physical price. The physical price might be that I have to work longer hours because I've started a business and I still have a full-time job. Or there might be a physical price because I'm working later and I become more tired, and yet, I can lose sight of that. So when we make these promises and we start to pay the price, two things happen. Number one, we either push through and pay the price and move on and get stronger, or we give up and we go back to where we were before. And my vision for all of you in these Monday trainings is that you aren't going to be the latter. You're not going to give up and go back, that you're going to push through, you're going to get better, you're going to be stronger, and you're going to go out there and do great things in the world. So if you're excited about that, I want you to say yes right now. It's great to see you, Julie. Thanks, Susanna. I love that. Hey, Riel and Kelly and Miss Michelle. So let's talk about these different prices that we can pay and what we can do for them. So I brought my notebook, and the first one is that people are going to leave us in our lives. So if you've been divorced, or if someone's been a good friend and they're gone, or if you're in business and someone's left your company, or they've left your team, people are going to leave. There's a price for that. We have to go through that. And so what do? The biggest thing we can do is find something we can commit to. So if we want people to commit to us, we are going to have to commit to something. And I suggest doing something physical and visceral. So one of the things I did last weekend, as some of you know if you tune into the show every Monday, I did a half marathon. It was my first one in over a year and a half. And hey, I finished 5th in my age group, so I was super pumped about that. And I know that in half marathon training, that the more I commit to something, I set that standard for myself and people commit to me. If this makes sense, say yes. So write down something right now that you can commit to. Because to pay the price to have more committed people working with you, being with you, loving on you, you have to commit. So maybe it's doing hot yoga. Maybe it's doing a 5K, a half marathon, a CrossFit. I don't know what it is for you. Write it down right now. The second thing is a price we're going to have to pay is dealing with criticism. People are going to criticize us. So what can we do? We need to be impeccable to our word. And in December on this page, we're going to live Don Miguel Ruiz's 4 agreements. We're going to do 1 agreement per week all the way through December. And the first one is impeccable to our word. So if we want to pay the price of criticism, we understand the bigger we get, there's more critics. We need to stop criticizing others. I chose a word for this year. Every year I choose a word, and my word this year was compassion. So over the course of the weekend, something happened where a friend of mine said something, and it was really came off as disrespectful. And immediately I was like, what are you thinking? What were you doing? But I said, how can I have this conversation through the lens of compassion? So I went up to him and through the lens of compassion, and I said, you said this, but I don't think that was your intention. He said, you know what, Susan, it wasn't my intention. Put my foot in my mouth. I'm like, it's okay, hon, we're all good, right? Does this make sense? So one of the things we want to do if we are paying that price of criticism is to be less critical, and the less critical we are, the less criticism we attract. The next thing is people are going to make excuses. So in life and in business, yourself, you're going to be tempted to make excuses. People are going to make excuses. In business, people are going to blame you for their lack of success. So what is the number one thing you can do as you're paying this price? Don't make excuses yourself. Commit to only what you can commit to. So in this 2-day training, and we've been here from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every single day. Then last night I had a function to attend. There's just a lot going on. I made a commitment that I would show up, no excuses. I would give these people who are with me for 2 days, these amazing entrepreneurs, and some of them are millionaires, I would give them 100% of me. I'd be present, I'd be focused, I'd ensure that they leave with everything they require to finish this year strong, right? And it's awesome, and I'm gonna do it again next year. I'm super excited. So there's no excuse. So if I was a little bit tired, or if I didn't have the workout I wanted, I couldn't come into the event with an excuse. So I wanna ask you, where are you making excuses in your life? Are you saying, well, I'm not going to lose weight until January, or, I'll start my business in January, I'll do a 90-day run in January, or whatever it is you're saying? Stop making excuses, and people will stop making excuses to you. The next thing is that people are going to deceive you. They are going to lie to you. They're going to tell you that they're going to show up. They're going to tell you they're going to be there for you. They're going to tell you all sorts of things to make you happy, and they're going to go back on their word. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to think about something that you can commit to 100%. So maybe it's taking a course. What is a course that you could take that you can commit to? You can be there every single week. You can prove yourself. You can get better. Maybe it's a book you're going to read, or you're going to hire a coach, or whatever it is you're going to do. Don't put it off. Do it today. When you do this and you make that level of commitment and you live into your commitment, you're not a deceiver. And that means as you live into that and you show up in that way, people are not going to deceive you. So these are a few of the promises we make and the prices we must pay for these promises. And it's my hope and my prayer that you leave this training. Number one, if you enjoyed it, please share it. Number two, I read every one of your comments. So as soon as I'm done, I'm going to be reading all of the comments. If you have, the thing that's on my heart to say, I don't hold back on these Mondays, is this. If you look at someone, and I said this from the GoPro stage, if you look at someone who's making $1 million a year, $2 million a year, $3 million, whatever they're making, and you're not there yet, they paid the price and they continue to pay the price. They do it over and over and over again. And they have developed a thick skin. And if you want it, whatever it is you want in your life, the body transformation, the healthy relationship, the money, you're gonna have to pay the price. But the more you show up, and the more you show up in the way you want people to show up, the more that those people are gonna show up for you. So with that, I want to give you some love. I send you lots of love. If you have a topic, I know Bruce, you sent in a topic. We're going to talk about that. I want to tell you tomorrow, my class, Organize Your Life, is going on sale for one day only. It's $100 off. It's ridiculous. One day only, and it is starting in January. So I'm gonna get you from a place where you're not procrastinating, where you're getting highly organized. This is every area of your life. I'm gonna do some NLP strategies on you, which you will love. And if this is for you, if you find yourself overwhelmed, disorganized, procrastinating, this is not for you. If you're super organized, you don't procrastinate, you've got all your stuff together, I love you, I'm proud of you, that's you. I do take a limited number of people. Again, it's a one-day sale only, so do check it out. And again, if this has been helpful for you, I have more great tips on www.susansly.com. I love you guys. Bye from Las Vegas.